Latest heroine, good morning.
Good morning, Mom.
And your name is?
I don't know.
Don't worry, I'm still working on options. Bren?
Maybe.
We'll get there. To start off, I just need a general idea about you and your universe. What would you say are your areas of expertise?
Ship and space station maintenance and repair, Mom.
You also have a jump pilot's license?
Yes, Mom.
Good. Does your universe have time travel?
No, Mom.
Fine. Do you own a ship?
No, Mom.
Funds?
Limited.
Right. Would you consider a pilot-engineer contract for a reclusive billionaire?
Yes?
What if you and he were the only life forms on board ship?
Mom, am I the first chapter murder victim?
No.
Then no.
Ugh, typical. If you owned a ship, would you consider taking a single passenger?
If the price was right.
Great. How do you feel about hosting alien species?
Well, the Volturi would be out because their atmospheric requirements would be too different, but I could take an Ilexian, as long as they didn't mind hitting their head a lot, I suppose.
I see. Do you find either of these species physically attractive?
No.
Fine.
What kind of story is?
Well, hopefully a good one. I was going to write a sequel to my fantasy novel, but...
Leave my children alone, Caroline.
I'm just not feeling it right now. So, you can pilot and maintain a ship, but you can't afford to buy one.
I have enough credits for a third of a non-functional ship, but no credits to fix it if I ever got it.
And yet you still have alerts set up on ShipShop, just in case.
Well, yes, but how did you know that?
I'm your author. I know everything.
Really? She doesn't even know what your name is yet. What do you think?
Well, I know enough. Leave it with me.
Am I physically attracted to Ilexians? Honestly.
You're woken by the ShipShop search alert.
Who in their right mind decides to put their dysfunctional ship up for sale at
0400? Someone in a hurry, I'd have thought.
It's a terrible picture. It was... Wait a second. This can't be right.
Good news. This ship has a functional jump certificate. It was issued 3 weeks ago, and it... all systems functional at 2,500 credits. Completely ridiculous, but if it's on there, they have to honor it. Where is it? Chamberside docks. Open at 4:30. I can make it if I run. You arrive at 0431 just as an Ilexian is unlocking the doors.
Good morning, I'm here to view the ship that was on ShipShop.
She looks you up and down, noting your stained overalls,
I washed it, some things just don't come out, okay?
your old-fashioned ship boots,
They function.
and your frazzled expression,
Okay, that one I'll give you.
but merely says,
Reference number.
1834 beta.
before pointing you down Corridor C towards Docking Bay 81.
Thanks.
Docking Bay 81 is shrouded in darkness.
I wait outside in the corridor.
Sure you don't want to go sneak a look at the ship?
I don't want to do anything that might irritate the seller. I don't want a bidding war.
At 4:34 in the morning.
Well, you never know. Oh, here comes someone.
Mr. Richford is an unremarkable human man in unremarkable business clothes. He has a badge which says Chamberside Divestiture, so he seems to be on the level. The only remarkable thing about him is his expression, which is distinctly harried.
Good morning, sir.
That's a matter of opinion.
I'm here to view...
You will, of course, be taking possession immediately. This spot is quadruple booked. Idiot night shift. 3 of my pilots have called in sick. I'm up to my eyeballs here. Sold as seen, all fixtures, fittings, etc. No haggling.
I need to inspect it first.
And I'll need it to be out of here in the next 24 minutes.
Understood.
He keys the hatch and yells, 23 minutes, at you as you scurry up the ramp.
Computer power up all systems in preparation for departure.
Error. Authorization not recognized.
Oh,
Are you all right?
yes, hold on. There must be a earpiece somewhere. Oh, gracious, what is this? One size fits nobody. Computer, the ship is being sold. Please power up all systems in preparation for test readouts.
Confirmed. Sublight engines will be fully online in approximately 16 minutes.
All right. Air, green, gravity, green. Starseeker Mark V. You don't see many of those anymore. For good reason, but never mind. Amber light on waste disposal, but otherwise... Mr. Richford,
He meets you at the top of the ramp. Yes?
do you need palm print or retinal for the transfer of ownership?
Mr. Richford smiles for the first time since you've met him. Either will be fine.
Well, here goes everything. Sublights, green. Chamberside control, please confirm exit from docking bay 81.
Confirmed.
Well, they've opened the doors, so I hope that was a confirmation. Let's see how you handle atmospheric maneuvers. Your new ship is a little rattly, but you managed to pilot it to a service station which offers 3 hours free docking. Great, let's see about that amber light. Okay, where are diagnostics? Who designed these menus? Wait. Okay, here we are. Waste disposal, amber light, main waste tank. Delightful. Computer,
Yes, Captain Fitzclarence?
that's not my... Never mind. Location of the Blackwater robot?
Not found.
Oh. Cleaning robot?
Not found.
Maintenance?
Not found.
Medical?
Medical unit charged to 92%.
Well, that's something, I suppose. Please run diagnostics on the main waste tank.
Please unseal tank to begin diagnostic process.
No problem, I'll head down there now.
Fall detected. Is assistance required?
No, thank you. What did I... Oh, hi little buddy. Where'd you come from? Hello, my name is Steve. Fair enough. Computer, locate bot ST3 version 3? Oh, Steve, of course.
Not found.
Well, he did say sold as seen, which I guess means we took out the robots to flog them separately, but I guess he missed you. Huh. Why aren't you on the system, Steve?
Not found.
It's fine, we'll sort him out later. Waste tank is open.
Scanning.
Great, throw it up on the display. What is that? It looks like a... Is that a body? That's a body!
Medical distress detected.
No, this is just a regular kind of distress. That is a body!
Medical distress detected in main waste tank. Please remove patient from waste tank and place in medbed.
I need a light.
You hold your nose and peer into the main waste tank. It's mostly empty, but there is a man slumped against the side. He's completely covered in sewage, but...
He's breathing. He's breathing. We have to get him out. Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is the X-15 Comet. Medical emergency. Ah! Ah! Why are comms still down?
Well, the ship was very cheap.
I'll sort it out later. If I turn down the gravity plates in this section, I should be able to get him out. That's going to be disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It takes you almost 10 minutes to work out how to dial down the gravity plates, climb into the main waste tank and haul the mysterious stranger into the corridor. Good thing you discovered him after you left atmosphere. You'd never have been able to do that on planet.
All right, mate. Let's get you fixed up.
Alert. Patient requires decontamination. Please remove all soiled clothing items before placing patient in medbed.
Oh.
Remove all clothing items? It seems you're about to get very personal with this strange man.
If you can hear me, sir, you can complain about my first aid when you're not dead.
You transport the unconscious stranger to the med bay on the emergency stretcher, somewhat assisted by Steve.
Steve, help me with his boots.
You strip off the stranger's clothes. Something falls out of his trouser pocket and rolls underneath the stretcher, but you have more pressing concerns at that moment, like not dropping him. There's really no other word for it, dump him into the medbed before putting your clothes and his into the washer and going to take a shower yourself.
Please let there be soap.
There is a small amount of soap remaining in the dispenser.
Thank you.
Cleanliness achieved, Are you wearing a blanket?
Yes, I'm waiting for the washer to finish because I don't have anything else to change into.
Right.
Computer,
Yes, Dr. Kinjaya.
that's not my... Never mind. Computer, do you have a name or designation?
You are speaking to the Comet Astrogation and Logistics Interface. Previous designation, Callie.
Callie. Okay. I'm Captain Brenda Elizabeth Fletcher. I'm the new owner of this ship.
Error updating. Please try again later.
Oh. Callie, status report on the patient?
Estimated treatment time, 35 minutes.
Let's hope all our clothes are dry by then, huh?
The clothes drying cycle finishes and you're able to get dressed.
Good. Right. Weapon.
Excuse me?
Did you see those bruises on his chest? Someone hit him with a stop drop at full power and then dumped him in my waste tank.
Technically, it wasn't your waste tank at the time.
I don't care. Either he's dangerous or he's an idiot who's got himself mixed up with dangerous people, which means I am now mixed up with dangerous people and or idiots. I should have known this was too good to be true.
Chin up, Bren. At least we know your name now. I mean, Brenda Elizabeth Fletcher makes it sound like I asked my grandmother to name you, but you know what? I've learned to go with it.
Maybe there's a pipe or a crowbar or something?
Better hurry. He's awake. The lid on the medbed has opened, and the stranger you pulled from your ship's waste tank is sitting up, looking somewhat bewildered.
Right.
He does not seem to have spotted his clothes, which you have folded up behind him on the other side of the room, but he has wrapped a blanket around himself. His body is...
What's your name, sir?
Ted.
Why were you in my waste tank, Ted?
Your what?
I just fished your unconscious body out of sewage, and I know a stop-drop pattern when I see one. How did you get here?
He blinks at you. I don't know.
You in trouble with a loan shark?
No.
Gambling debts?
No.
You a politician?
Mathematician.
Are your family rich?
We're comfortable, I suppose.
That's a yes, then. Maybe it was a kidnap attempt. You got people who'll miss you, Ted? People who wonder why you haven't come into work this morning to mathematics at them?
I'm supposed to be at a conference on Borix 3 on... What date is it? Where am I? Who are you?
I'm Captain Fletcher. This is my ship. We are currently docked at a Happy Jumper service station in orbit around Ely Salai, and the date is 25-10.20.
Right. Where are my clothes?
Over there, I ran them through the washer for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He gets up and... Bren Fletcher, are you covertly ogling the strange man?
No! I am waiting to see if he notices anything missing from his pockets.
Not as far as you can tell.
Good.
Good?
Well, first, I don't know what it was that fell out of his pocket. I had a quick look earlier, but getting a weapon seemed more important than finding it.
I see.
Second, on principle, I don't want a nearly naked man running around my ship. It's unhygienic.
You just went wading in sewage.
What, was I supposed to let him die?
Captain,
Well, at least he's polite. Yes?
I'm not sure how I got here.
That makes two of us.
And while I have no desire to trespass on your hospitality, I also don't wish to be stranded, however briefly, at a Happy Jumper service station waiting for a shuttle.
Honestly, good call.
Where is it you're going next?
Iolera.
Would you mind... would you take me as a passenger?
I'm
happy to pay the standard fee.
certainly. Let's go sort out your deposit, and then we'll prep for departure.
He smiles at you, still a little loopy from the after effects of the medbed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, now you have a single passenger for your trip to Iolera. Any particular reason you're going to Iolera?
Well, one, it's only a micro jump away. Two, that's where most of my possessions are in storage. And three, there's a big repair yard there that lets you use their diagnostic machines for free if you make a purchase.
And will you be making a purchase?
I have just bought a, let's be honest, probably very dodgy ship. In more ways than one.
True.
Also, I have 0 crew members to help me, which would be fine, except I also have a grand total of 1 robot, unconnected to the system for some reason, for maintenance and repair. Yes, I will need to make a purchase. Probably several. How I'm going to afford those purchases is another question.
Well, I suppose the standard passenger fee will help with that. So you and Ted exit the ship in search of a banking and negotiations kiosk to complete the first half of the transfer. The air on the Happy Jumper service station somehow smells worse than the air on board your ship.
Well, it's standard practice to change out air filters before jump certification tests. I always did it on company ships. Just as well, really. There's a lot to filter at the moment.
Transfer completed, you get back on board without seeing another living soul and let Ted have the first turn at the order board while you file a departure time with station control and perform a pre-jump pre-flight.
Callie, switch to earpiece only and please run a background check on the account that just sent us money.
Account designation TED-M. No law enforcement flags detected.
Callie, I said earpiece only.
But the passenger is not a convicted criminal. I thought you should both be apprised of this good news.
Ted seems unbothered by Callie's complete lack of tact.
You can check my account for flags, if you like.
Thank you.
No flags detected on the account of Brenda Elizabeth Fletcher. Warning,
Funds low.
Callie!
Oh, is it a Cali? My parents used to have an X-28 when I was growing up. It had a Cali. Don't worry, I understand.
Are they all like this?
The set containing tactful Cali units is the empty set. Listen, I only really needed to order some food and some replacement clothes, but if you can provide a beam code, I can have my hotel send the rest of my things to Borex 3 without having to go back.
Certainly. Bet they wouldn't do that at my hotel.
You might be surprised. Where were you staying?
The Euclear Budget Hotel just outside Chamberside City-State, near Chamberside Docks, which is where I picked up this ship. And you, as it turns out. The man did say all fixtures, fittings, etc. included, so...
I suppose that makes me an etc.
Apparently so.
You sort Ted out with the beam code to contact his hotel on planet and turn your attention to supplies. Your ship's order board is a little glitchy around the edges and for some reason will not let you purchase any items from the cheese section.
What do you have against cheese?
But you manage to assemble a standard emergency pack and a few basic repair supplies to be delivered before departure. I thought all the lights were green now.
Yeah, pretty sure that means nothing, judging from the state of comms.
Fair point.
And the fact that Medbed Ted is lucky he's not dead.
He had an amber light.
Mom, if a mass the size of a human falls into the waste tank, it should have triggered an alert, and then extraction onto an emergency platform while it's scanned, and then rescued or broken up, depending on what it is.
Yes, and he wasn't in the sewage when you found him. He was on a platform, lying next to a clean air supply grill, so it worked.
The mass sensor worked. The extraction worked. But if a human falls in the tank, I'd expect considerably more reaction from the system than just an amber light. Mom.
Which suggests?
Either poor maintenance or something more sinister. I mean, Callie couldn't even scan the tank properly until I opened it, which doesn't say good things about the state of the internal sensors.
I see.
I don't like anything about this. I need to get this ship somewhere safe so I can go over it with a fine-tooth comb, and that means Iolera.
Message from Station Control. Time to departure, 3 hours.
We only get 3 hours free, and we've used half of those already. Callie, put me through to Station Control, please. I am not paying docking fees because someone's caused a traffic jam.
Docking fees automatically waived due to unexpected congestion.
Oh, good. Well, I guess that means I'll have time for a medical scan before I go. I mean, I did wear the suit, but I'm not sure it was 100%. I will probably need some inoculations.
As you exit the cockpit, you see Ted heading down to wait for the deliveries, and Steve in the corridor trying to clean up the mess you made.
Thanks, Steve.
Your diagnosis and treatment takes about an hour, by which point Steve has finished cleaning and is nowhere to be found.
Probably running a self-cleaning cycle. Don't blame him.
When you come out, Ted offers you one of his snacks.
Thanks.
And you... Where are you going? You're supposed to be enjoying a moment of companionable silence, followed by a cozy conversation.
I'm going to do a full manual check on the Starseeker drive. But I am not risking my life, or Ted's life, or this ship, based on telltales which might be lying to me.
But couldn't Ted come and...
I would rather he didn't know that he might be flying Starship Deathtrap.
Fine. You spend the remainder of your wait time alone, checking over the Starseeker drive and associated systems, all of which are perfectly serviceable.
Mark Vs need to be babied, but they're reliable enough if you look after them. I think the DM conduit will need tuning in the next 10 jumps or so, but it seems to be fine for now.
Well then, time to go, I should think.
X-15 Comet requesting drop-off docking at berth bus and beyond.
Request received. Stand by.
What do you mean, drop-off docking?
It means exactly what it says, Mum. I dock at a drop-off berth, Ted pays his fee, I leave, and he catches a shuttle bus down to the planet.
But...
Or if he prefers, there are probably jump ships that will take him directly to Borex 3 for his conference.
But
what? This ship isn't safe for passengers, it's barely safe for me. Are you trying to get me arrested? Or killed?
All right. Ted pays the remainder of his transport fee along with a very generous tip.
You don't need to... You shouldn't...
You saved my life, Captain Fletcher. I'm falling far short of what I should do in this situation.
Thank you, sir. Safe travels.
And also to you.
Right. Let's get going.
Sad to see him leave.
Well, I'm glad he's no longer flying Starship's safety hazard, Mom. Let me make a call about my stuff that's in storage, and then we can head to the repair yard.
You have been awake for a while, shouldn't you?
Yes. Soon, but time differences, you know? I'll be fine.
You arrange to be reunited with the possessions you left in storage before your last contract and head to the Star Parts shipyard, where you meet Evan! Good to see you, Bren. It's been ages. Or should I say, good to see you, Captain Fletcher.
Only if I can hang on to it, Ev. It's a project.
How much did you pay?
2,500.
What?
Shh! Listen, it was a legal sale, I suspect for non-payment of docking fees, but it would be best if it were not remarked upon in any way.
No worries.
Also, jump systems and sublights both seemed fine on the trip from Ely Salai, but I do not trust any of these telltales, so I will need a full diagnostic.
You look done in, Bren. Are you sleeping on the ship until there's a machine free?
Yeah.
Well, Captain Fletcher, I'm terribly sorry, but you're going to have to take one of our complimentary overnight berths. We have a few very urgent jobs in the queue and I just cannot squeeze you in until tomorrow morning.
Well, if that's the earliest slot you have available, then I suppose I don't have any choice but to stay.
Please feel free to avail yourself of the facilities. We'll assign you an overnight berth shortly.
Understood.
Thank you. You're welcome. Well, he seems nice.
He is nice. I worked with him on a mining ship contract once. He taught me a lot.
He isn't married, is he?
Not as far as I know. Why?
Just checking. See you in the morning. Good morning, Bren. Feeling better after an early night?
Yes, ma'am.
How was the bed? Which bed did you use?
Oh, I slept on the med bed after it finished its sterilization cycle.
Really?
I will definitely need to get Steve to disinfect the bedrooms before I take overnight passengers. Or use them myself, frankly. You look different.
Yes, well, I do own more than one set of clothes. As do you, fortunately. When did your other things arrive?
Stuff you like to store delivered everything I left with them last night.
Didn't you also leave baggage at your hotel?
I don't think it's worth the hassle or expense of shipping a bag with a change of clothes and a disposable toothbrush in it from another planet.
Fair enough.
Well, I hadn't intended to buy a ship and then have to leave atmosphere before 5 a.m, but an entire ship beats an overnight duffel, Mom, so I'm not complaining.
Where were you before the hotel?
I finished out my contract last week. I've been using company discounts to get cheap accommodation and shuttle fare since then. I only arrived on Ely Salai a couple of days ago.
I see. Why there?
Well, there are a lot of dodgy areas there, but there are also a lot of ships, so it's more likely there'll be one that people are willing to sell me. Plus, non-payment of docking fees gets your ship impounded quite quickly there, and then they tend to sell them off for very steep discounts.
Which is, of course, exactly what happened.
Well, normally a ship like this, even though it needs a substantial amount of work, would go for something like 50,000 credits, so getting it for 2,500 is downright miraculous. Or deeply disturbing. I haven't quite decided yet. But I'm not dead yet, and the ship hasn't been impounded as stolen goods, so I feel like I'm doing pretty well.
Anyway, since all your clothes have arrived, I was thinking maybe you could wear something a bit nicer when you go and meet Evan to run diagnostics on your ship.
I was going to wear this.
That's what you were wearing before.
It is not. This one is newer. It doesn't have any stains on it yet.
Well, what about this?
Whose is this?
Yours?
Absolutely not.
Well, maybe you found it behind the robot ironing board in the closet.
Oh, yuck, no!
Fine, not that. But what if Evan invites you out for dinner?
I'd get changed? Not into that, obviously, but I wouldn't go to dinner in my work overalls. Probably.
Well, luckily for you, Evan has managed to secure you a fairly early slot on the diagnostic machine, so why don't you go down and find out what he has to say about your new ship?
Tell me the worst of it, Ev.
Well, the strangest thing is that you've got interference going on the very lowest deck. You can see how it's messing up the sensors. There's a bit more of that material here in the main
Waste tank? Yeah, that one I knew about.
The rest of the ship systems look neglected, but functional. I'd tune up that DM conduit sooner rather than later. I'm obliged to tell you we've got a deal on if you want to take advantage of it. And it looks like the starboard wing has been repaired with stuck tape.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But we can fix all the flags that would come up at jump recertification for about 3,000 credits. Did you see the power conduits?
Don't even talk to me about the power conduits.
What about the power conduits?
Well, so far I've found 3 sets of very high grade, very well hidden power conduits running through the ship. None of them have any power running through them, but equally, none of them are on the schematics.
I'll send the complete report to the ship's computer, though those conduits you'll probably need to trace by hand.
Right.
And I'll attach the specs of some cleaning robots if you're in the market. We've got a few reconditioned ones that should work.
Did you need a new earpiece as well?
Definitely yes.
There aren't a lot of compatible models left, but I'll see what I can do. What's her name anyway?
The comp is a Cali, but I haven't checked the ship name yet. I was going to look it up on the Galactic Ship Registry, but I didn't want to draw attention to myself.
Understandable. But as it turns out, the ship registry is down. Again.
Shocking.
At least it means you've got time to pick a name before you re-register.
How long to fix it?
If we get the parts in, you should be out of here by tomorrow afternoon.
Amazing. Thank you. Are you free for dinner tonight, by the way? It'd be great to catch up.
Would an hour after closing work?
Perfect. I'm off to sign away all my money. See you later.
Wait, what?
What?
Did you just ask him on a date?
No?
You sure about that?
Yes?
Would you like it to be a date?
I hadn't really thought about it.
You've never considered Evan as a potential romantic partner?
That was a long time ago.
I see.
Well, we were both on this mining ship contract, and all of the crew lived in extremely close quarters. And you know how it is when you see someone for hours and hours every day, and, they're kind to you?
And what happened?
Nothing happened. I wasn't going to risk a fraternization fine. I needed that money for my jump pilot training.
So you just went your separate ways? Until now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure you have a lot to do before dinner, so don't let me detain you. The Star Parts shipyard closed for the day over an hour ago. It is time for your probably not a date with Evan, and you are lounging around with a book. Shouldn't you be getting ready?
I am ready. And besides, if Evan is on time for dinner, I will eat my new earpiece.
Why wouldn't he be on time?
He never has been before. Why would he start now?
Well, did you at least solve the mystery of the lower deck?
Yeah, secret panel leading to what could charitably be described as an illicit hydroponics bay. Or possibly aeroponics, I don't know, I'm not a gardener. Anyway, someone had come through and removed all of the plants, but that didn't get rid of the smell.
I see.
Oh, here he is.
20 minutes after he said he'd meet you, Evan finally arrives.
Hey, hardly recognized you with your hair down. Looks nice. Thank you. So the first thing you need to do is tell me where's good to eat around here, and the second thing you need to tell me is everything you've been doing in the last 3 years.
You walk to the nearest bubble transport stop, and once you get to dinner, you spend the next few hours blithering about your family, his sister's children, but chiefly about incompetent managers you have known.
So then I said, listen. Do you want some of this, by the way? It's really good. Listen, when they say you can pick fast, cheap, or good, did you just choose cheap twice? Because that is how we end up in this situation.
You did not say that.
I had just spent the last hour and a half dangling from an access tube trying to get at the life support panel. I absolutely said that. Did make my end of contract performance review a little bit awkward.
Had one of those myself recently. Where are you off to next? Well, I'll take a couple of days after we finish repairs to get things looking pretty. Or at least legal. Did you sort out the situation with the, medicinal plants? The plants were already gone. It was the smell that was the problem. Still, after that I'll hit up Birth Bus and Beyond and see if anyone wants to hire me. It's not a great time of year for it, but there is work around, if you know where to look. In the meantime, though, I think they're closing up. We should probably head out.
You amicably split the bill for your food and wander out into the night. It's not hugely busy, but
Do you come this way often? All the time. Why? Nothing. Let's get to the station.
your feeling of unease increases as you continue walking. When you reach the nearest bubble transport stop, you join the queue behind a woman who smells strongly of alcohol and is muttering something about pixies.
Always a pleasure.
A man and a woman join the queue behind you. They are not muttering about pixies. They are just standing there, waiting. But the back of your neck is prickling.
I don't like this.
When the bubble transport arrives, the 5 of you get in.
Which stop do you need?
The pixie woman mutters Curtis Street, which is 2 stops from you. The man and the woman look at each other, and then the man says, "Looking for the Star Parts shipyard?"
Oh, that's 5 stops away.
You press the button for them, then choose the first stop for yourself. This takes you into an area known for its nightlife. Evan looks confused, but you shake your head at him and take a seat.
Trust me.
The ride is relatively short, and as you get out of the bubble, a slightly intoxicated Evan following, you see the couple watching you as you walk away.
Okay, come on. I bet I can get kicked out of a club before you do.
Bren? Was there alcohol in that chocolate?
Humor me, okay? I have a bad feeling about this.
Evan does not seem to understand your sudden desire to be around large crowds, but he follows you amiably enough as you make your way through the clubbing side of town.
Well, we've come a fair way and I haven't seen anyone following, but I'll feel better when we get to a security spot.
Do you really want to involve them?
Why? Not carrying anything illegal, are you?
Well,
Fine. No security. Callie, are you receiving?
Confirmed, Captain Fletcher.
What are your settings for external security?
Current status, Level 2 security. All hatches locked down. Passive scans only. Upgrade security status.
Yes, please.
Confirmed. Level 5 security. All hatches locked down. Active scanning in progress. Weapons armed.
Weapons! No!
Intruder alert. Unauthorized personnel attempting to gain access via starboard hatch. Neutralizing.
stand down weapons. Do not kill anyone.
Threat neutralized. Hostile 2 has been tagged with a stop drop. Hostile 1 has dragged Hostile 2 out of effective range. Standing down weapons.
Bren, what's happened?
I need to get back to my ship.
A fog is starting to descend. You catch another bubble transport, this one full of drunken women wearing tiaras, to the Starparts shipyard.
Can you see anyone?
No.
Why are we whispering? Callie?
Standing by. No hostiles detected. Activating external lights. You and Evan make it back to the ship.
Thanks for coming out. Sorry the evening turned into whatever this is. You need to get home.
Bren, is everything all right? Are you in some kind of trouble? Do you need me to stay?
No, thank you. Just get home safe. Callie, is there anyone between here and the main concourse?
Negative.
Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Message me when you're home, all right? I'll see you in the morning.
Callie's security footage of the two people who just tried to break onto your ship is unhelpful.
Personal shield so their faces don't show up on scans. I don't like this one bit.
And yet, when Evan offered to stay, you turned him down.
Look, I don't want him here when security turns up. Oh, good evening. I'm sorry to bother you so late, but there was a real commotion around berth B6 a couple of minutes ago. Is there any way we could get some more light down here? And maybe a patrol or something like that? Thank you so much.
But I will not be responsible for getting Evan fired for fraternization or arrested for whatever he was carrying that made him unwilling to talk to security.
Well, I suppose that's very noble of you.
Look, to work out what's going on, I need to know what happened before I bought this ship, which means I need administrative override, which means I need the central ship registry to be back up again. Oh, maybe that's Evan now.
Actually, it's a message from Ted.
Dear Captain Fletcher, I'm very sorry to bother you, but I appear to have lost a data stick and would be very obliged if you would check your ship for it.
He then describes it and provides a picture with dimensions.
How would I know what it looked like otherwise? This ship is like a hoarder's extravaganza. If you find it, please don't let it out of your sight. Some of the data on there are very sensitive, though admittedly also deadly boring to non-mathematicians. I am still at the Ialera berth bus and beyond, and I'm happy to pay a finder's fee if you can bring it back to me as soon as possible. Yours, Ted. The message is tagged Stanning University Chamberside's mathematics department. Maybe he really is a mathematician. Steve? Huh, didn't know you could go on the ceiling. When you were cleaning the med bay, looks great by the way, you knew the walls were green. Did you see anything that looks a bit like this? Callie?
Yes, Captain Fletcher?
You can call me Bren, there's no one around to impress. Listen, do you monitor the med bay? And if so, did you see something fall out of Ted's pocket at any point?
Confirmed. An object matching the message description was last seen rolling under cabinet 2.
Oh, yes, there it is.
You are very happy to have found Professor Dawson Martingale's lost item. Is this because you find him physically attractive?
Professor, say that again, please?
Professor Dawson Martingale, your former passenger. You have retrieved his lost item. Are you pleased by this? Do you find him desirable? Are you happy to have the opportunity to see him again?
I'm sorry, Dawson Martingale? Like the Dawson Martingale conduit, like the DM conduit?
Professor Theodore Emmerich Dawson Martingale is one of the great-grandchildren of Emily Dawson and Alejandro Martingale, the inventors of the Dawson Martingale conduit.
Oh. No wonder he wasn't worried about the money.
Message from Evan. Home safe.
There are no further disturbances overnight, and the morning brings all the parts you were waiting for and half a dozen Star Parts employees to carry out repairs.
Callie, I need you to keep watch on the technicians today, alright? But if they do something odd, contact me. Do not take unilateral action, understood?
Confirmed. Repairs are, for a wonder, actually completed by lunchtime, though you do hear Evan being shouted at by his manager when he turns up late.
Poor Evan. Ooh, the central ship registry is back up. Yes!
You abandon your decluttering project and run for a free terminal.
Callie, did you know you're on here 3 times? I'm gonna send them all over to you. Tell me which one I need to update, please.
The correct entry is highlighted in red.
Thanks. Alright, guess I'll go settle the bill, and then I'll go say goodbye to Evan.
You can't find him anywhere.
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, guess I'll leave him a message. Evan, it's Bren. I'm about to head out, but it was really good to see you, and we should catch up soon. Okay, bye.
Less than a minute later, you get a message back. Any room on board for an old friend?
What happened?
Management were not all that keen on me being on premises at night with the customer.
You were helping!
Yeah, well, they didn't see it that way. You said you were heading to Birth Bus and beyond?
Do you need a lift?
Please. Evan makes it on board in record time, and after takeoff you share a meal together as he tells you of his many woes.
Oh, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah, well, onwards and upwards, eh? You all sorted?
I think so, but now I need to find a job, preferably cargo. I mean, I got Steve to clean out a bedroom for you, but I don't think I would pass a health and safety inspection for passengers right now.
Didn't you have a passenger on the way over?
Yeah, that was a bit of a special case. But actually, he is still on station.
Where's he going?
Barracks 3.
What if I could get us a cargo for that area? Then we could get paid twice for the same trip?
We?
Well, you have a ship. I've got some contacts. Maybe we can make it work.
Do you think so?
I mean, no promises, but I can ask around. Freight Agent Evan Padden, at your service.
That would be a huge relief. Thank you so much.
Once Evan has retired to his cabin, you lock yourself on the bridge?
Callie, am I now the registered owner of this ship?
Confirmed.
Good. Invoke administrative override.
Please state authorization.
Authorization Brenda Elizabeth Fletcher, owner of the X-15 Comet-class freighter, the Lucky Break.
Administrative override active.
Thank you. Now tell me what happened to Ted.
The next hour of your life is enlightening. Background information. Ownership history of the Lucky Break.
Well, being stolen and repossessed, and then bureaucratic incompetence on top of that, does explain why you're on the Central Ship Registry 3 times.
Correct. Requested information. What I know about Ted. Footage begins.
Again with the stupid personal privacy shields. Oh, and there's Ted. No privacy shield at all. Wait a second, this is Chamberside Docks, that's Bay 81.
Confirmed.
Was Ted trying to buy you?
Unknown. A pleasure to meet you, Janaea, but please, call me Ted. Is here yet?
Oh, of course Janaea's shield is interfering with recording.
An AI that can cope with the jump drive, Mark V or a Stellaris D.
So he wanted you for a project of some sort, but why would he need a Starseeker Mark V specifically? And where did he expect to find a Stellaris D outside of a museum or a scrapyard?
Unknown.
Well, he's looking at something. What's he saying? Did she just knock him out? Was that a hypo spray?
Hypothesis. A hypospray containing the combination soporific and amnesiac sweet dreams commonly used by criminals to prevent their victims from recalling the crime.
Well, that's horrifying. What possible danger could he have been that she... I think it's a she. Did that?
Unknown.
Okay. All right. Carry on.
At this point, I intervened.
Intervened? Intervened how? Oh, you knocked them out. Of course you did. Why is there a ceiling-mounted stop drop in the engine room, Callie?
My second owner used the common room as a casino. As such, he felt it necessary to upgrade his security options.
Okay, fine. You decided that Ted was in danger and you knock out the human and the Alexian and then Steve drags them off the ship? So Steve is yours?
Confirmed. Steve dragged the miscreants into an empty cleaning station at Chamberside Docks.
Right, and then you knock Ted out with a stop drop. Okay, and Steve stuffs him in the waste tank to keep him away from the baddies?
Correct. I also unlinked with Steve to prevent anyone from finding out what had happened. I judged that the automatic measures would keep Ted safe for the moment, and also that a prospective owner was unlikely to open the waste tank on the strength of a mere amber light.
Your grasp of psychology is uncanny.
Thank you.
I am not sure if that was a compliment. Okay, so now it's almost 4 in the morning. You have directly or indirectly caused 3 people to go missing. Maybe that's why Mr. Richford was so short on pilots. What happens now?
He could not reach any of his pilots, so Ken Richford discounted the price by 95% for a fast sale.
Which is where I came in.
Confirmed.
Okay. Now what?
That is up to you.
Alright, so my ship might count as stolen goods. At least one crime has been committed on board. There are several questionably legal security upgrades, and you have, albeit temporarily, caused 3 people to go missing over the course of the last few days. What is my legal position here?
Your name is on the Central Ship Registry, and no other legal entity has claim to ownership.
Okay, good start.
I am required to inform you that this does not constitute legal advice.
Yes, well, legal advice would cost more than the ship did, so please carry on.
Actions taken on board ship before your purchase, including crimes, are not your responsibility. When you found a man in distress on your ship, you rescued and treated him, thus fulfilling your legal obligations. If he wishes to file a report, he can do so.
Why didn't he say something at the time? And why didn't he report it to the authorities? Do you think the drugs made him forget?
Unknown.
I wonder if he even remembers that he was trying to buy the ship.
Unknown.
Okay, well, regardless, let's get in, get Ted his data stick back, get out. This is not my problem. I am not making it my problem. Send him a message, Callie, and tell him to come over and pick it up tomorrow morning.
Confirmed. Shall I run a deep background check?
Alright, if you like, just don't announce the results as soon as he arrives, okay?
Confirmed. As soon as you arrive at Berth, Bus and Beyond, Evan leaves the lucky break, promising to do his best to find you a cargo.
Seems a bit late at night for it, but whatever, I'm going to bed.
Background check complete. No red flags found.
Good, I think.
You have arranged for Ted to collect his data stick at 8:30 the following morning. He arrives at 8:30 the following morning.
You know, I was not expecting that. Here you go.
Thank you again, and I'm sorry for putting you to so much trouble.
It's just a data stick.
Yes, but Bren found us a cargo.
Ted, this is Evan, my freight agent. Evan, this is Ted. Where's the cargo for?
Borax 1.
Where are you off to, Ted?
Borax 3, actually.
Well, if you need to get there fast, we might be able to help you out.
Really? Oh, that would be so helpful. All of the transports I found are stopping about 18 different places before they get there.
Well,
2 payments for 1 trip, Bren.
but
You did tell Evan his idea was a good one.
That was before I found out Callie was the one who hid Ted in the sewage tank.
It's very likely he doesn't remember that. And if he does, maybe you can explain. You know, smooth things over.
how could I possibly refuse? What's the cargo, Evan?
Foodstuffs. Fancy cheese, I think.
All right. Professor, go grab your stuff. Evan sent me over the contracts. We'll leave as soon as we have a departure slot.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I bet you are.